Good day, friends. Welcome back. This past week, we marked the Yahrzeit, the date of passing of the great Kabbalist Reb Levi Yitzchak Schneerson, who was the father of the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And I want to share with you a thought. He says the following: every letter is accurate in the Torah. Of course, the ideas and the words goes without saying, but even every single letter. And so the very first letter in the Torah is a bet, Bereshit, in the beginning. The very last letter is a lamed. The Torah's last word is Yisrael, and so the last letter is a lamed. Now, if you take these two letters and put them together, the very first and very last letter, you have the word lev. Lev in Hebrew means a heart. If you deviate one letter, so instead of starting the Torah with a bet, let's say you go backwards one letter and you begin the Torah with Aleph, and then instead of the last letter being Lamed, again you go backwards and the letter before the Lamed is the Kaf or Chaf, then you have Aleph and Chaf. Aleph and Chaf means only. Keep that in mind. You could also go forward a letter. You could begin the Torah with Gimel, or if it were to begin with Gimel instead of Bet, and finish instead of with Lamed, it would finish with the letter Mem. Then that would spell, the Gimel and the Mem would spell Gam. Gam means also. In addition to whatever, there's also Gam. And so he said like this. He said a person needs to remember that the Torah is reminding us at the very beginning and the very end that what's most important is lev, is that our heart is directed in the right place towards God, towards the study of His Torah, towards the observance of its mitzvot. If we go off a little bit and we say ach or gam, which means only or also, this represents the idea that there are those people who say, I don't have much Torah, I don't have much time, I only have a moment. I can only understand so much, I can only observe so much. Or you have on the other spectrum, the other end of the spectrum, you have Gam. You have people who do tremendously great things. They're extremely devoted. They utilize their time well for serving God. Gam, not only previous time, this time, next time, always there's a tremendous amount of involvement. Rabbi Yitzchak Berditchever said, whether a person is the Gam type, or he's the Ach type, a little bit, or he does a lot, V'ilvad sheyichaven et libo l'shamayim, what's primary is that a person direct their heart to heaven. This is the message the Torah is hinting by giving us those two letters in particular, the Lamed and the Bet, the Lev. Have a wonderful Shabbat.